Hi everybody, welcome back. Right, I've got a square for you. It's not the one that I wanted to show you earlier, but that will come. I'm back on some squares at the moment, and look at this gorgeous mosaic pattern. I've used lavender and a denim blue. Now, I have done sort of a couple of other squares where we've had problems with the yarn, and I did ask the ladies for suggestions on how to not have a drag. Now, there is only one drag here towards the end, and it is covered at the back. You could, I guess, cut it and then redo it, but then you'll just have more ends. But you know what? It's not. It's only one. You can't see. But this pattern is absolutely gorgeous. It's a square measuring approximately 4 inches, but you can continue with the same manner, I guess, and make it a bit more bigger. So for this pattern, I've used a 3.5mm crochet hook, and you will also need some scissors and a needle as well to tie in your ends. So you can use, I've used DK yarn, lightweight yarn. That's why I have the most to make this lovely pattern, and you can use other yarns and other hooks of your choice. That's not a major problem. So what you want to do, just before I begin, it's single crochets and double crochets and front post double crochets. Okay, so if you have any problems with those stitches, please practice those, and then I do have a tutorial for those, I think for the single and the double crochet, not the front post. Do practice those and come back, but I will do show it very slowly when I do begin, and then I'll carry on at my normal pace. And if it's still a bit too fast, please do slow me down in playback options, and you can put captions on. Okay, let's start this little beauty. Right, I started off using the darker colour in the centre. Now you can either do a magic ring, or you can do a chain 4 and then work into that loop. The magic loop isn't, I think people are a bit wary of it. It's really not that hard. I'll show you here I do have a separate video again for a magic loop. It just gives a much more tighter centre, but you know, it's not a necessity, it's just a personal preference. But let me show you how to do one. But like I said, I've got a video for it if you want to go ahead and practice this bit as well. Right, it's exactly the same way as do my slip knot. I grab the yarn, wrap it over, and take this yarn to the back here. Just use one of my fingers here to hold it. Put the hook under and then grab that one. Now, if you think at this point you might get confused, just pinch your work there. And if you have a look at it, you will see this ring forming. That's the tail. That's the one that we're going to use later for tightening up, and that's your working yarn. Right, make that a bit smaller. First thing you want to do is chain 3. Okay, and you want to, just bear with me, you want to do 2 double crochets. So to do the double crochet, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and pull through 2. That's your double crochet. Do another one, pull through 2 and pull through 2. Okay, so chain 2 and then do another 3 double crochets, same way you would start a normal granny blanket. So that's 2, then chain 2 again. We need to do 2 more sets of these. That's 3 double crochets, chain 2, 1 more left because we need 4, 3 double crochets there. We will chain the 2, pull the work, pull that yarn to close off the middle, and go to the top of chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and do your slip stitch. Okay, that's round 1. You want to go into the next stitch under both loops there and just do a slip stitch. So pull the hook through and then pull it through that one, and go to the next one, pull up the loop and then pull it through the one on the hook, and you want to go into that space, into the corner. So the corner now, chain 3, do 1 double crochet at this point. Okay, then chain 2 and 2 double crochets. So the chain 3 acts as 1 double crochet. Okay, so chain 2, go into the next corner and do 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 double crochets. Chain 2 again to go over to the next corner, 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 double crochets. Okay, so you want to follow that until you get to the end, and then you want the slip stitch. You've got 1 more corner here, so 2 double crochets, chain 2, go to the same space for 2 more double crochets, chain 2 and slip stitch to the top of that chain 3 here. Okay, that's round 2. What you want to do now is slip you into that double crochet, go into the top and slip stitch across, go into the space and slip stitch across. Once you've done that, grab your contrasting colour, whichever colour you're going to use. Join the yarn however you prefer. I'm just going to grab that from here, just tighten up the blue. Just leave that because we will need to drag that up, but you will not see it. Chain 1, which doesn't count as anything, and then do single crochet. Bear with me. Chain 2 and single crochet. Yeah? So you want to do 1 single crochet here, 1 single crochet on this one. And then when we get to these 3 double crochets, we are doing 3 front post double crochets. So to do that, yarn over, go behind that very first one and pull up your loop, pull up your hook. Pull the yarn through, try and keep it nice and tall, okay, because we're going up. We're working from the row before. Pull through 2 and pull through 2. That's 1 front post double crochet. Yarn over, go to the next one. So go behind it and at the other end, grab your yarn, pull through 2 and pull through 2, and 1 more time on the 3rd double crochet. Pull through 2 and pull through 2. You're back to these 2 double crochets. On top of them, just put a single crochet each. Okay. And then once you want to do this all the way around, so go into the space will be single crochet, chain 2 and single crochet. You're back to your 2 double crochets, so single crochet on the top of those 2, and now you are back to excuse me, the 3 double crochets here, which you will do front post double crochet. We're not doing a treble, but we're pulling it tall. Into the next one, so yarn over, go into the middle one, from underneath it and out the other end. That's your 2nd one, and that's your 3rd one. Okay, back to the 2 double crochets here, just place 2 singles on there. Corner is single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Single crochets on the 2 double crochets and straight into your front post double crochets. You've got 3 of them. 1, 2 and 3. Single crochet on top of the 2 double crochets from the previous row, and we're back into our last corner, which is single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. 2 single crochets there, and 3 front post double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now we slip across, so just put it through that slip stitch and do your, bit tricky because we've done a slip stitch on top because we slipped, but go in as best as you can and do your 2 single crochets, and you want to slip stitch to the first, oops, hook's got caught into that first single crochet. There's my chain space, there's my single crochet. Okay, now we're going to go back to the blue, so you want to go into the space, yeah, and do a slip stitch. Now you can grab the blue that you left behind, change your colour, make chain 3, tighten this one up a bit so it's nice and neat, 1 more, and go into that chain 1 space and do 2 double crochets, then chain 2, and then pop in the same space another 3 double crochets. The chain 3 will count as 1 double crochet here. Okay, what you want to do here now is chain 2, and you want to place a double crochet on top of these 3 front post double crochets. So chain 2 because we're missing that, and then go on to these 3 stitches here. So skipping all of it, go to your first double crochet and do a normal double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2 and go straight into the corner. 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets, chain 2, oops, chain 2 and 3 double crochets, chain 2 because we're skipping over these 2 double crochets here, and go to the top of these 3 double front posts and place your 3 double crochets, normal 3 double crochets, chain 2 into the corner in your chain 1 space there, sorry, chain 2 space there, and place 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets on top of those front posts. It's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2, last corner, which is 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. Chain 2, and your very last set of these 3 front post double crochets, place your 3 double crochets on top of those, chain 2, excuse me, and find your chain 3 at the top here and do a slip stitch. Okay, you want to move across into the corner, so slip stitch, 1, 2, and 3. Now this is what I meant about the very last row where you're taking that purple and it's just literally going up. This is all going to be woven in. So grab your next colour, and you want to do chain 1. Make sure everything's how it should be. Single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So when you're doing these single crochets, it's always single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Then you want to do single crochets on top of these 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. When you get to this space here, do 2 double crochets but onto these 2 chains here. So go in, go over that blue, put it nice and tall so there's no pull, go over again and do your 2 double crochets there. Then your 3 single crochets, and then your, don't get confused with that one, it's these 2. Your 2 double crochets from the row below, find your 3 double crochets, pop your single crochets on there, 3 single crochets, straight into the corner, single crochet, chain 2 and single crochet. Single crochets on top of the 3 double crochets, okay, and 2 double crochets into these 2 chains here. Go over, you're working over the blue bit as well, blue chain should I say. 3 single crochets and 2 because it looks like it's these 2 but it's not, it's that one's actually worked into the corner, so be careful there. It's always this one and that one, not that one, otherwise you might get a wonky square. Three single crochets here. Excuse me, still had a bit of a sore throat but getting much better. Single crochet, chain 2 and single crochet for the corner. 3 single crochets on top of these 3 double crochets, yarn over and go in for a double crochet, make it nice and tall, 3 single crochets, two double crochets to the previous row, and you'll do this all the way around. We're on our last corner now anyway, so single crochet, chain 2 and single crochet. 3 single crochets in the next 3, 2 double crochets on the colour from below, and your very last 2 double crochets. Now you can continue in this manner if you wish to make it a bit bigger. You just repeat this blue row. Yes, then you're back to the 3 double crochets row. But I think this is just the right size for a square, to be honest. So we slipped across, so there may not be evident, right? There's our 3 double crochets here. So just go on top of each one that you can see as best as you can and do your single. There's one. Might get a bit caught, but it's the next one, and then that's the final one here. And slip stitch into that first single crochet. Chain 1. Now you can cut both of these yarns. Oh, there goes my scissors. My needle. So, like I said, there's only this one drag. How pretty is this? This is the Mosaic granny square. Grab your needle. If you did 4 chains, then you probably don't need to do this bit. You could just snip it off. But obviously with the magic circle, you don't want it coming undone. I always just go in and do a couple of knots. That's 1. And that's 2. And we've got, now let's grab this lilac one here first. Just remember, stay in your colour boundaries. Just a couple of times, backwards and forwards. Job's a good one. Obviously, you'll block your square, and I'm not going to show you how to join these because I haven't done any joining videos, but there are many tutorials out there on different ways to join your squares. I'm just showing you the squares and what you could do, because squares are great for blankets, they're great for shawls, they're great for throws, handbags, and so yeah, I've got a bit of this lilac here now, so I'll just stay within my lilac shade. Just make sure it doesn't come on the other side. You want to do this 3 times, backwards and forwards. It will not come out, okay? And here we have the Mosaic granny square. What do you think, guys? Just pop up a little bit. Oh, sorry for the squeaky arm. So I thought these colours really complemented each other, the denim blue and the lilac. But you can, of course, you can use any, it's not really lilac, I think it's more lavender. Now, if you want to, you could try this. There's no real dips, because if you keep these and you're finding that, you know what, your work's dipping in and up and then in because you just can't stretch your double crochets enough, you could try and do a treble on that if you want to. But I think by the time they're joined up, it's not going to make any difference. And if you're going to block them as well. Okay guys, thank you for watching this tutorial. Hope you like these gorgeous little Mosaic granny square. Go ahead and make a bunch of these. These will look absolutely amazing. The squares in themselves make cute little coasters as well. Like I said, I've used 3.5mm crochet hook for the DK yarn, lightweight yarn, number 3. But if you're using any of the yarn, use the hook. I would say go half size lower, or even, you know, depending on what you want to make. If you're making lots of squares for baby blankets or whatnot, you can use a 4mm, which is what the recommended hook size is for this. I just showed you in the 3.5. Alright guys, take care. I've got another gorgeous square coming up for you soon as well. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and please do share this to anyone who you think would love to make these. See you very soon.